Welcome. In this video I'm taking a look at this TKTK vacuum sealer machine. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful, I'll put a link to this in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So here on the side we have the model is TKVS01. The rated power is 160 watts. The voltage is AC 120 volts. The frequency is 60 Hertz. The sealing time is 5 to 10 seconds. The vac setting time is 10 to 25 seconds. The vacuum speed is 12 liters per minute. The vacuum pressure is up to -0.6 to -0.8 bar, or -85 kilopascals max. So here we have a roll of bags, power cord. Here's some standalone bags, contact card, manual. Here's the sealer itself, and with a ruler. So the ruler is like an acrylic ruler. You can use it for measuring bags. So here's the sealer. It has some plastic film on it. The top is a stainless steel panel, and then this has touch buttons here. Let me turn the light off, make it easier to see. So it has some different modes on it. It has dry, moist, and that says vac seal. It has pulse, seal time plus, canister, seal, and cancel. Power comes in here on the back. It has these feet on here, and they're very grippy. I noticed when I was taking the plastic off, it was kind of catching on these feet. So it shouldn't slide around much. If we put it on the surface, yeah, it's very, very firm on there. So we'll open this up. Comes with a little pouch. It looks like a piece of tape, maybe for the heater, like a piece of replacement tape. Okay, so this is a hose for hooking up to attachments for like taking the air out of a wine bottle. Oh, here we have a permanent marker. So this would be for marking on bags. You always want to date things. You vacuum seal. Oh, and this is neat. So it came with a wine stopper. So you can put the vacuum tube in here. You can put this in a wine bottle and then suck the air out. So that's nice that it came with all these attachments. And then it has this bag to store it all in. So this is the inside of the unit. There are a lot of things to cover here. So this is the heat strip. So this is where it seals the bags. And then right here is the vacuum chamber. So this has foam around it. So you want to put the bag in here, anywhere within this area. And then it has these two little ports here that suck the air out. Next we have a cutter. So this is a sliding cutter. And this is, okay, so that's magnets down. And this is a neat feature. This has a place to put your roll of bags. So you don't have to store your bag somewhere else. You can store it in here, you can pull it out, you can seal it, you can cut it, and then it's stored there the whole time. Then if we go up here, we have the hinges, and then we have foam on the top. And there are no suction ports here because the suction comes from the bottom. So this seals against this surface. And then there's this, I assume it's like a silicone rubber kind of seal that presses down against the heat strip there. Now this will lock into place. You press it down on both sides, and then there are buttons to release it. So I can press those buttons to release it. So the bags can go right in there, and you can pull those out when you're ready to use them. So that's pretty cool. So let's test this out. So I'm going to plug it in, and I want to make a bag. So what I'll do is I'll take this, I'll run it under here. I want to line that up on the heat strip. I'm just kind of lining it up at the edge of this. I'll press it down till it clicks on both sides, and I'll hit seal. Okay, I'll open it up. And now we have a sealed edge. So I have some sunflower seeds I want to put in here. I don't know exactly how much bag I need. So you can reuse these bags, especially if you put something like sunflower seeds in them. So you might want to make your bag a little bit longer. So when you cut it open, you can reseal it again. So I'll pull this out. I'll go about that far. So this cutter has a little hook under here, and there's a little groove. So when this is magneted down, let me go a little bit more with that. I can slide that across like so. And now we have a bag. So these bags are smooth on one side, and then on the other it has this kind of dimpling, and that allows the air to escape from here. If you have smooth on both sides, you can get air trapped in here more easily. So I'll open this up, pour in these sunflower seeds. Now I'm going to take this edge here that's open, and I want it within here, so I'll probably try and center it on there. About like that. I can probably pull it back a little bit. And I'll press this down. And to make sure it's locked on both sides. Then I'll press the dry button. So you can see it sucked the air out of there. I almost didn't have that in frame. And now it's sealing it. And there was a light on here, and that is off. So now I can pop this open, and we have a sealed bag of sunflower seeds. So you can see this is pretty stiff now, since it kind of locked all those seeds in with each other. So you can make little snack pouches with this. What I recommend doing is taking a pair of scissors and just putting the tiniest little nick in there. You could even do both sides. That way you can tear this open. This is pretty big for a snack pouch unless you really like to eat that many seeds. But you could make smaller pouches with this for snacks to put in your kid's lunch or for travel, hiking, things like that. And then you can make them tearable on this end. So see, that tears pretty easy. But I'm going to do a kind of straight cut on here. So I'll stick it back in here. I'll slide this across. Now we've taken off this much from the bag, so we could add or remove things to this bag, and then we can reseal it. It doesn't matter which way the dimpling is, up or down. Works either way. There we go, sealed. Ready to go. So it also came with these bags that are pre-cut to size. So these might be quicker if you're bagging a lot of different things. So I'm going to go get some chicken that we can put in here. So when you're vacuum sealing meat, it's best to put it in the freezer for an hour or two. That will firm it up. It helps it get a better seal that way. So this is just in a regular Ziploc bag right now. So I'll transfer it into here. I don't really want to touch this because it's raw chicken. Okay, so we have that in there now. I can put that up to the sealer. Press it down. Press dry vac seal. Okay, so now we have vacuum sealed chicken. So a cool thing you can do with this that's very popular right now is sous vide. So you can take your meat, put it in a vacuum bag, seal it up like this, and then you put it in a water bath that circulates at a low temperature, and you cook it for a couple of hours, and you get very tender meat out of that. So this is a great tool to have if you like to sous vide. And then we have this marker here, so I can write on here, I think this was 5/17. It's kind of hard to write on that part. I'll write up here. And date your food. So by taking the air out of the package, it will reduce freezer burn on here and it will preserve the food better. So vacuum sealers aren't just limited to food. You could take and put some matches and some fire starting materials in a bag and vacuum seal it, and then you have a little fire starter pouch. So that could be used in an emergency kit. You could put clothing in here for emergency use. So you could put some clothing in, take the air out, shove it in the trunk of your car, and then in an emergency you have dry clothes. And being vacuum sealed, it will keep insects out, it will keep them from smelling and things like that. If you're going on a boating trip, you could put a phone in one of these and leave the air in and seal it up, and then you have a dry pouch for your phone. Now you can't charge your phone with a cord while it's in there. You could wirelessly charge it. But if you're going on a day boating trip, you could charge it up before you put it in the bag, seal it up, and then take it on the trip with you. And then when you're done, just pull it out of the bag. So these are very versatile tools to have, not just for food, but for other purposes too. I think a really cool feature of this is being able to store the bags inside. So you don't have to store these somewhere else and lose them. They're always ready to go. So this would be great for things like hunting cabins. You could have your bag stored in here. You throw this in the car or whatever. When you get to the cabin, you take it out, you pop it open, your bags are there ready to go, and you can start bagging and storing your meat. So that's the TKTK vacuum sealer machine. That's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.